what has happened from the pandemic, and this is the revolutionary part, is when people went home, companies and people realized that they could do a lot of their work, most of it, perhaps if not all of it, every company's different, from home. So that has changed the whole sort of metric of how much office space we're going to need and how people are going to work and so forth. And so it was sort of throwing stuff against the wall to see what sticks. And what stuck, it seems, is this idea of what's kind of called flex space. Every company makes their own decision what that is. But by the way, the most fun fact I have for you is that here we are on a Zoom call. And a couple of weeks ago, the corporate owners of Zoom called all their employees back to their office space. I thought that was pretty ironic. But here we are in Zoom, working in our homes. You and I are both working out of our homes right now. I'm going to go visit my office later today for my once a month or once every 2 months check-in. But up in North County. But essentially, the pandemic sort of accelerated this change that was occurring anyway, because why not experiment during pandemic times? And what's come out of the pandemic, what has become, as you referred to earlier, as sticky, what is stuck, is this idea that people can continue to work from home, and that has dramatic impact in terms of state of the office again, from evolution to revolution. And I guess we're agreeing that the market, as we see it now, is sort of where the market is going to settle for the long term, you think?
Yeah, it's funny if you go back to the beginning of the pandemic, right? And you saw, when you're talking about the space utilization per employee, it jumped up, and there was almost the idea that there was the thought that social distancing perhaps could hold a little bit, and maybe it's going to increase. And we saw it jump up a little bit there, but then starting in 2021, now it just started continuing that decade-long trend of falling space. So we're about 11% below what we were at the end of 2019 in terms of the space per worker. And that's even a sharper drop than it is nationally, which is about 8% drop. And I think it's sort of the recent Sandag deal at Holland Partners Project, I think, speaks to what's happening in the market right now. You have these large companies. They were in 115,000 square feet at the Wells Fargo Plaza downtown. They've been there for 30 years, and they're moving to brand new inventory. And they're taking about 87,000 square feet. So they're shrinking their footprint by about 25%. So while a deal like that sounds good, it's a big new office lease in one of the brand new office buildings downtown. It ultimately is a negative event for downtown, because there's going to be more space available in some of those, in an 80s vintage property, which is what we're seeing.